Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. I am going to do part 2 of the picture we're doing in Fairy Celebration. Sorry, didn't have my lights on, so I'm going to turn them on. So welcome back. We're doing the nameplate page, and I kind of started with a couple of these little leaves here. Last video we did all the pink and blue. We do have to bring in some green and brown. So I started with the leaves. We're doing them the same way as we did these leaves here. So the same colors. So it's spring green 913. Let's see. Did a moss green. And that's 1097. I put a little kelp green in just because there are bigger leaves on the other page and they're looking a little in my face. So 1090. And we have the dark umber, which is 947, which we're going to use a little bit of that and maybe some of these other colors for the branch that is up here. So we'll just go ahead and show you how I did the leaf instead of, making you watch the other video. Okay, so we started off, let's see, I guess I'll do this little guy over here. Gigantic guy over here. They're big. Okay, so this is the spring green, and we just lay it down in the middle, kind of going with the shape of the leaf. So don't go like this. I mean, you could if you wanted to. It's okay. I'm not telling you what you can and cannot do. It's just I want the strokes kind of going in the general direction of the veining. I mean, we're going to put a couple layers on, so you're not going to see really this first layer. Okay, we put that one down. Then we're going to go in with the moss green. Put it on the tip, and we're going to bring it in lightly. Put it down here. She's got these little dots that are nice to tell you where the shading is. And then we're just going to lightly bring that up into the spring green. Thought I would try to get this video finished today. Tomorrow they're going to be doing more work out on the road. We have all our wiring underground, and during the I think it was right after the little snow that we had. Across the street we have the street light, and it kind of went out, so it hasn't been lit. And then we noticed the neighbors across the street, and they didn't have any power, so they've been working on it and figured out that it's a wire underground that they have to fix. Which means tomorrow they've informed us that they're going to turn our power off on the whole area where these two sections meet. I'm going to go in with the kelp green now, so they can dig up the road and find the wire that is causing the problem. They put up a temporary fix for the houses across the street, so they do have power, but it's not a permanent solution, so they have to get in and find the problem. They've narrowed it down to in between what I call the junction boxes. We have them like every block or so, and they're just boxes that sit up above ground so you can monitor what's going on underground. So they figured out between two of these boxes where the problem is. So our road is very pretty. They went around and decorated it with a lot of spray paint. Okay, we're going back in with the spring green, and we're going to go over all that. A little heavier pressure on this. So yeah, I had to look it up because I wasn't sure what all the colors meant, because I haven't really seen a whole bunch of that done before. So we have red, blue, white. It's another one. Green and yellow. So the red is in our area, our neck of the woods, for electrical. And the yellow was for gas lines. The blue is for freshwater feed. The green one is for sewer. White one is for their projected digging up sites. And if I didn't tell you, red is for the electrical. We're going in with a dark umber to darken up the edges here. Bring that up there too. So it'll be interesting. So our power will be out for between 4 and, no, I'm going to say 6 hours, because I know they're not going to get it done. Not that I don't have faith in them, but there's a lot of road to dig up. Going to go back in with some of the kelp. Just kind of blend those together a little bit more. And a little bit more of the spring green. You just play with this until you get the right shading that you like. So yeah, it'll be interesting tomorrow. Gonna bring back in the moss green. Just lightly bring it in. So hopefully I can get this up and out before then. While I still have light. Okay, and for the most part that's blended. Back in with the, I'm going to take a little Sap Green Light. So that's a new color. I'm going to soften up that bright green down here on the bottom of the leaf. A little shadow around those. Okay, I'm going to bring in the Caran d'Ache blending stick, and we're just going to run that around in here. All right, we're going to take our dark umber. We're going to pull this down into the leaf on the vein. We're going to pull it out on the veins. And if you want to add an extra little vein here and there, we'll do that. Okay, and we're going to do each leaf like that, so it's going to take a while. So what I'm going to do is leave those alone. I'll do the rest of those off camera, and we're going to do the branch up here. So we're going to switch to some colors. Going to do it in some browns, light umber 941, the dark umber we were using, which is the 947. We're going to throw in some of the moss green, and we will bring in some yellow ochre 942, and we're just going to color up the branch here. So I got to figure out where I can start. I'm going to bring the camera down. Okay, so down we are. We're going to work on this one here. So we already started some of this dark umber here coming up the branch. So we're just going to add it in some areas. We want to shadow the candy here, so we're going to put some there. And there's another little candy here. Nothing like candy in bed, right? Little shadow on that one. And then these branches kind of come up and curl, and you will notice I have blue in here from my not so perfect painting, but the Prisma goes right over it, so that's why I don't worry about it too much. We want some darkness under her pillow. So we're just going to run the dark there and then kind of pull it out a little bit. So we can get some wood going on here. Going to bring in the light, I don't know, will that come up? Nope, that's light umber. Sorry, tried. Gonna put some lines in here of that. I don't fret about perfect wood. It's all colors, so I just kind of blend in a lot of different colors coming in. And we can cover that up with the brown. Then we will bring in the yellow ochre. Highlight some of that. We'll bring a little chocolate too, since we got candy here. I don't have, I'm going to color the edge of that one. My plastic in here, so better stick that back in there. And I got another pencil. Throw my pencils around, sorry about that. This is just the medium umber, or the light umber, sorry. Dark umber. And then we'll bring in the blending stick. Remember to wipe it off because we had green on there. And we'll just blend those colors. And there we go. We'll get those little pieces that aren't covered up. You need to go back over them with the blending stick here, or you can go over it with a pencil. So that's looking pretty good, especially when you're not as close as you are. Alright, we'll add a little bit more color here. I want to darken it under there. So we'll pick up the light umber and a little bit of dark umber just to shadow that guy up a little bit more. So that's how we'll be doing the whole branch. So I'll put those colors up here. I didn't add any of the green in it, so I'll debate on that one. We might as well do the little candies while we're here. And we're going to do, we're going to do the little hearts in the henna and pink, just like the little flowers here. So we're gonna darken one side up. We'll do this on all the candies. There's some on the other side, so don't forget you have to go over on that side. So this is the Deco Pink, and just blend those together. Then we'll bring in the blue that we have. So we have the Periwinkle and the Caribbean Sea. Okay, we're going to go in with little blue candy wrappers with the pink hearts. We're going to go in with the Periwinkle, darken this area up. Okay, then we're going to bring in the white. And just blend those two together. Okay. I'm going to put a little of the Carribean Sea. Just like that, and we'll pull in the white just around the edge here. If you get into the pink, you'll be pulling the pink. So you got to be a little careful there. Okay. Just like that. That's what those will look like. If you want to darken anything up, just pull in the other color, the darker one. And you can pull in a little black just to highlight the lines that we colored over. And there we go. So that's our candy. And I think I have to figure out what color to do her pillow and her skin. So hold on a minute. All right, we're done with the leaves. Sorry, the pencil's moving all over the place. And the tree, just finished it using the same colors. The edge here doesn't get terribly dark because it's in the corner. While I'm doing this, I'm noticing that I missed a few places with the blue. Irk. So I'll have to go back in and get those. Pillow and this frame here are going to be done in the same color, and I have to decide what that is. So we're going to work on the little gal here. I think we're going to do her wing kind of like I did, sorry, I keep going back, this one here. So that's done in the pinks and the blues. So we're going to do now the blue up here on the top. Another reason I picked these because the blue has bled in a little here, and we'll just use that as a shadow. So we'll kind of bring that blue down very lightly, kind of heavy up here where we went over with the coloring, or the Neo 2 to cover it up. We're going to put white on this, so just a nice little light coating here, and then we'll blend it in with the white. We'll darken this one up. It's on the back side, so we'll get some of that darker there. You know, it might help if I was in focus, right? Or in camera. So sorry. So we just darkened it up here. And just lightly bringing it down. Okay, we're going to bring in the pink. Kind of coming upward. So the henna here. And a little of it back here. Then we're going to go in with the pink, which is the Deco Pink. We're just going to go over the henna and then bring the pink outward. Very lightly out here. Okay, then we're going to bring in the white. We used this last on the green, so make sure it's clean. And we're just going to blend those together. Pulling it out. So most of this wing is going to be white. Bring that down too. Okay. We're going to darken the part here with a little bit of the black raspberry. So we're going to kind of add a little of that in here. It's okay if we got a little on the hair. I will just erase a little bit of that. Make sure we get some of that on the back wing too. Go back in with the white. Kind of pull it out. Into the wing. Okay. We're going to add a little Posca into a lot of this coloring, so I'm not going to worry about the shading too much. We're going to do the same thing with his little wings. His are tiny, so I'm going to get you down a little further. So I'm going to put the blue on the back here. This is the wrong, no, that's the right blue, okay. Make sure his little wings come up this way. Then we're going to put the pink in here, but this is the henna. And then the light pink. Okay, then we're going to go in with the white. Any of those lines, if you want to bring them back, just go over them with a black pen. So this is a Prisma black. I mean, that's what we're using, so. But I always use it to redefine the lines, and you can do that on her wings too. Okay. Now, the other little guy is done in pinks and a little bit of blue, so we're going to do him. This is the henna. Then we'll bring in the blue. So we're in with the blue tones. This is the Caribbean Sea blue. You can see what I'm doing, I hope. Okay, we'll bring in the Deco Pink. And we'll bring in a little white there too. More pink on the wing there. Okay, the white. And go back in with a little bit of the Caribbean blue to darken those areas up a little bit more. Everything is sticking here for some reason. I'm going to move those pencils out of the way so you don't have to hear them clinking all the time. A little bit more of the white. And then we'll go back in with the black and go over our lines. Put a little eyelashes on the little guy. Okay, and then we're going to, well, we're going to do her skin, so I got to get out those pencils. All right, we're going to bring in some luminance colors for her skin because I have those out. So we have burnt ochre 10%, burnt sienna 10%, burnt sienna 50%, and then I have ultramarine pink. I don't know if that's the best choice. Maybe we'll use the Deco Pink. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We're going to mix these together. So we're going in with the burnt ochre 10%. I think that's my lightest color here. I'm not going to put a lot of detail into her skin. I said I'd make that her neck. And then we got little feet down here, so we'll put some of that in there too, and her arm. Give her a little button nose. Okay, and we're going to go in with burnt sienna 10%. Put a little of that on her feet. I think her feet are in focus here. Her hand. Oops, that's her pillow. Gosh, I'm doing good. Okay, we have a little bit of the burnt sienna 50%, which is our darkest color, so we're going to add a little of that in shadows. Okay, we'll go back in with our lightest color, which is the burnt ochre, 10%. Just kind of go over everything. Okay, we're going to get out the titanium buff here and go in, kind of blend that all together. Okay, we're just going to add just a bit more of the burnt sienna, 10% here. Blend this up a little bit better. And we're going to add a little of pink in her cheeks. This is the Ultramarine pink. Bring the buff back in and blend that out a little bit. We're going to give her, the Deco Pink lips. Just real light. We'll add a little of that into her cheeks too. Okay. Gonna bring in the black and go over her eyes. Okay, a little bit down here in her feet. We'll blend her feet a little bit better here. There we go. Her hand just a little lighter here. I'm just bringing in white. Just brighten her up a little bit. So she is done. What we have left is the pillow and the little thing down here along with her hair. I'm going to do the pillow and this first and then decide on her hair color. So I'm going to bring up the camera here. What I'm talking about is the pillow and this little frame here are going to be done in the same colors. And I'm thinking a light purple. So we're going to go over and dig out some of these purples I got. So what do we have here? I've got a lilac, a lavender, violet. I'm just going to pull out a bunch. I've got 2 Parma violets. Isn't that interesting? I think one of these goes in a different case. And a little bit of black grape. I think those would be interesting. Now, when I mix those 2 together, it kind of looked more like, not quite this pink. So I'm going to lay that one aside. So we'll go with these and see what we got. This is lilac, and the number is 956. So we're going to put that on the pillow. See how that works. Okay, we're going to do it really light and then throw in some white in here. So I'm just kind of making some crinkles in the pillow. Shadowing down where it should be shadowed. Can't tell if that's all hair or if that's pillow. I'm going to make it all hair because I can't tell. All right. So there we go. Can add a little bit of the black grape just to darken it up in these areas. Am I doing this so you can see it? I'm going to get back down a little bit so you can see a little better. So just putting the black grape where it needs to be the darkest. Guess there's a little bit right there, and that's all hair. Okay. Was I using the lilac before? I think so. I'm going to bring in some of the Parma violet here a little bit. Okay, now let's see how the white will blend this out. Clean off the pencil. I'll start here. See if that'll pull out enough. I don't know. Sometimes it pulls out a lot and sometimes it doesn't. It doesn't look like it's pulling too much of this out, but that's okay. We'll go back in after I get it all white here. And then we'll just lighten it up or darken it up in areas. So the white's there, it won't take as much color, so we'll just lightly go over it. This is the lilac. Okay. Okay, go back over it with the white. How about the blender? We'll just use the blender here and see what that does. Gotta fix his little hand there. Okay. This looks okay, but darken up those dark areas again. This is the black grape. I have to turn on this light up here. It's blaring a little too much on my face to see this. Okay, a little bit of the Parma Violet. Just gonna go over and blend that all in. probably play around with that a little bit more, but we need to get down and do the little piece down here. So we're going to do that. We're going to go in with the black grape around the edge. And around the flowers. Around this edge too, where all the little dots are, just because that's where we're shading. And how much of this you can see, so around the edges. Just kind of do it kind of hard pressure on the edge, and then just kind of bring it in lightly. The darker your dots are or line is the more pressure you want to put. Okay, we'll bring in the Parma Violet, go over that, and then lightly bring it out to the center, both sides. Then we're going to bring in the lilac. Go over everything and bring it into the middle. Try not to get it into the flower. I'm going to leave it a little lighter there because I'm going to go in with white. Okay, then we're going to go in with the white. Putting a lot of pressure on that. We're just going to blend it all together. Getting way small. I'm going to go back in with the black grape and just darken the areas around the edges. tiny bit more of the Parma Violet. And then go back in with the lilac. Okay, we're going to take in the blending tool and just kind of run it around in circles here, just to make sure that the center gets nice and light. The edges get blended in. And there we go. You can keep working at it if you like. Same with her pillow. You can mess with it until you get it to your liking. I'm going to mess with it for a while, but the only other thing we have to do is the little tassels. And I think I'm going to do the tassels in the pink, so we're just going to add the henna in here. A little bit of it on the little knots. I think we have a tassel on this side somewhere. And there I noticed more blue spots that I did not do. I'm going to just grab the blue neo color that I used and touch those up. The pink. Go back to this side. And there's one up there. They went around the white on that. Okay, her hair. I didn't think of her hair color yet. What do you think of brown? I think we'll go with brown. Just because there's brown in the page and there's not enough in her hair, I guess. So we'll grab, first off to go in is the yellow ochre. And we'll add that on her highlighted areas, which would be your top of the curl. The valleys of the curl will be darker because they're down lower. We do have a moon here we've got to do something with. If you notice, it got a little, oh, should we say blue? So we're going to have to do something with that. I don't think this will cover it. I don't know, it might. We will figure that out. So we've got that down, and then we want to put in some light umber down on her roots. In the valleys. Shadows. Ends. Noisy cars. And then we will add in some dark umber here. I'm going to get you down a little closer because I need to get down a little closer. Try to keep a sharp edge that's on the paper. Okay, we will go back in with the yellow ochre. Okay, I'm going to bring in some chocolate if I can find it. It's out here somewhere. Chocolate. I do have to sharpen this one. Okay. And then just go back over it with the yellow ochre. Which are our highlights. Okay, we're going to get out our Posca. And we're going to add a little bit in there. Little highlights. Kind of tap them down a little bit. Didn't go right. And go over these with pencil so they don't have to be perfect. I mean, I'd like them to be, but they don't have to be. Then we just go let them dry a little bit, and then we'll go over them. On her little skirt here, I'm going to go around here, kind of little wigglies. Going to make it a little more lacy. Might have to go over that twice to get it nice and white, which is no biggie. We'll go over it twice. We're going to add a line in there. Can add one back here too. We do a lot of this kind of thing in here just because I want to. I'll do a little on him too. All the little dots in the pillow will be done. Like on the bow down here, we're going to add a little bit. Probably make this one a little bigger. So you'll see this kind of stuff on the final picture. We'll go on the little purple thing we did down here too, and we'll add some of that in here. And we're going to do a little bit of white splattering on this also. Her hair is probably dry enough. We're going to go in with the yellow ochre and just lightly kick back some of that, but leaving some white in there. Just gives us a nice little highlight that we didn't have before. And then I'm going to call this done. I mean, I'll finish it with the splatters. I have other videos that shows you how I do that. And then I'll show you the final picture. And I'll finish the little blops I missed. The moon is just going to be colored in with a Posca pen too. I'm pretty sure I have a Posca yellow. So while we're here, you'll probably take a couple coats because there's blue underneath it, but we'll do a couple coats on that when that dries, and I will show you a picture at the very end. Thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate it, and I'll finish this up and get it in the video, and I will see you in the next video that I do. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, for subscribing. Love you for it. thumbs up if you like, and I will see you later. Take care, everyone. Bye now.